Hey, it is your buddy, Peace and Harmony with you here today. I want to zoom in and focus in on a very frequent question that I get in at the channel, and that is how do I let go of being angry at this individual, this covert narcissist, this psychopath, this person who is so berating of me, so judgmental, so harsh, so mean, and so it creates such a tension. And I'm sick of feeling that I'm caught up in this conflict and caught up in this pain and constantly sick of engaging. How do I break free, and how do I do that and not feel angry at them? A lot of people have a lot of different feelings, but I would give you this to realize that a narcissist, a covert narcissist, a psychopath, someone who is hardwired that way, is hardwired that way. So to try to make or expect them to be different is, to create a lifelong struggle for yourself, and try to, be less than what you are for them, to shortchange yourself for them, to give all of yourself away, to over obligate yourself because of them, to always keep them, pacified. Is a very it's a choice. And so realizing that it's not a have to be, it's not engraven, it is a choice. And your choices, your cognitions, instead of being so fragmented and kind of giving in and feeling, like people have said, I feel like I'm an indentured servant to this person and I'm angry. Well, it's kind of like this, and this is a very, I don't know, I thought about this, this was my kind of, I use a lot of analogies, but this was an analogy that I thought of a couple of years ago. But it's kind of like seeing someone, and this is, no offense to anyone who has any disabilities, but it's kind of like being mad at a blind person for being blind. It's kind of like yelling at them, why can't you see that? Or, why are you walking that way? Or why do you need that stick? Or why do you need this? It's kind of like, wouldn't you kind of have a heart and kind of say, wow, that's how that person is? God loved them for who they are, and what a miraculous courage it must be. That's their life, and this is me. Thank God for me and my abilities. I might have disabilities myself. I might have shortcomings. I might have things that I have to deal with health or whatever it is. But that is my responsibility. And furthermore, though, I won't plague myself with being upset with that blind person. It's kind of like that because that's a very visual, understood. I mean, you can't get mad at them for being who they are. So you can't really get angry for any mistakes that they make. For example, if a blind person were to, not see a cup of coffee and then spill it on your beautiful sofa, I mean, you kind of would not be mad at them. You'd have to say, oh my gosh, well, when I have this person over, maybe I can't put coffee, in this table, out here by my sofa, because this could be a potential problem. So when I call it, it's kind of like looking and getting a forecast or learning how to expect the behavior of this people, and just to expect it and forecast it and then be prepared. If it's going to rain, bring an umbrella. If there's going to be this type of person, then just stay away and be yourself and don't internalize any of their energy. Work on strengthening your core of energy so you bring that out. You're not looking for anything from them. They're not looking for anything from you. You just let go of the outcome. So if you can kind of get into that mindset, I can't really be mad at them for the way that they are, because that is who they are. And it was my choice. If I take 100% responsibility for the time given, for the thoughts, the kindness, the consideration, and then with the hopes that, this would be a functional relationship. Well, that was your assessment. And now, as the time has evolved, this is my new assessment. I need to take a step back, look at the relationship from the outside and say, okay, what do we need? Do we need a rest here? Do we need a separation here? Do I deserve better? Do I get inspired? Where's my passion? Because if you cannot live your passion and your I am, and I am safe, and I am happy, and I enjoy kind people, and I fill my life with the kindness of others and give like in return, and learn to live by gratitude consistently, then you're depriving yourself of what you need. So you're basically saying, I will starve myself out emotionally to go through this. I'm willing to wreak havoc on my life and not even know my life purpose or even experience things on my terms, because once you do that, life will begin to flow, and then you'll feel more connected, and you'll feel like, hey, I'm back, I'm back, I'm back on track, I'm back on the ship, I'm back cruising along again, and life doesn't seem so bad. Things seem a little bit even rosy. People are happy. What is meaningful and significant to me, I can go and enjoy those things. Maybe it's a free concert at your downtown area. Maybe it's an opening of a new grand opening of a new building or something that you can go and then celebrate and then meet people who are kindred spirits, who are like you, who you can, then reach out to, but you have to be in that positive mindset, that positive culture. It's kind of like, priming up, if you had like a nonstick, if you were like frying something that's sticky, on an iron skillet, you better lay down some butter first, you better prepare, you better, get that ready and then go and do it. You've got to get that positive mindset, like laid out, like in acceptance, and then reach out to people from that perspective. I don't care if you shake hands with a baby, give a pat on the shoulder to a mother. Oh my God, your kids are so cute. How old are they? What are their names? Nice to see you. Meeting other people who you see out and about or at your job. Oftentimes the very opportunity that you're looking for that would let you be free and liberated, you shut down. Oh, I'm scared. I can't trust that. I'm uncertain. There goes, so-and-so. I could have said hi. I could have discussed, the type of fruit or the type of bread here today, or the type of meats or the types of fish or the type of spices. I could have had a nice conversation, or I can go to my local church and meet people there, or I can meet people at a workshop, through meetup.com and meet people. There's things you can do on a daily basis to begin positive, orderly direction thinking, and then you accumulate and then stack up, basically accumulate in your body, these positive feelings, and you don't feel so, you're not defining yourself as the isolated, meek, bullied, victimized, not good enough, horrible, that they're going to make you out to be. It's kind of like looking in a mirror with a big smudge. You can never really see yourself. That's what, and then when you get rid of the narcissist, the smudge, then things seem clearer. So it's because of that covert bullying with which they try to, manipulate through fear, and then your thought patterns are like connected. And so you really need to separate your thought patterns, your feeling patterns, your choices, being who you are for who you want to be, not to impress anybody else, not to what you think you ought to, but what you truly in your heart need. So how you need to scale down your emotions, scale down your temper, scale down your house, scale down your if a lot of people have anger, snippy tongue, scale that down, just continue to mold it like a sculptor, just mold it down. Take yourself and your affirmations and begin to affirm and ask yourself the questions that you need, so it'll elicit the proper choices, thoughts, and feelings. So how can I tone down my temper today? What's a great way that I can enjoy to tone down my temper? What is a fun way for me to release this anger and release it for good? How can I slow down in my life and really begin to enjoy it? How can I stop sabotaging myself? What do I really look forward to doing and have never given myself an opportunity to follow up with? What would I really love to trust in life but have been too afraid to trust? Is it okay to trust? Is it perhaps okay to trust when I can trust myself and trust my boundaries and trust my standards that are now repatterned after a better thought process that I have engendered and experienced while away from this problematic relationship? Oftentimes it's kind of like I almost think of it like a residue or a tar that is kind of like gets into people's body when they're around this. So the choices, the actions, and then the feelings will then begin to accumulate where you cleanse and purge that out. You really need to push it out with like a very strong, bright light. When you really think about light filling up your body, that's why I talk about the quantum field of healing, The quantum field is the energetic field. It's the energy. There's so much information in the invisible space, the oxygen, the molecules, the nitrogen that you're breathing in, that your body takes in. I really believe a lot of that energetically comes from people's emotions, and their thoughts kind of seep in and ooze in. That it kind of, and it's kind of absorbed, especially if you've, been an impressionable teenager or impressionable baby or impressionable older adult, you're having a midlife crisis and you're very impressionable. I mean, that's the opportunity when these people find themselves in your life. Oh, here's a very easy to manipulate, emotionally needing person, and then they just soup in there like I was going to say, like a fly in an S, they're just on it. I mean, so they know that these types of people gravitate that, so that you end up then over obligating, giving into the hyper arousal, giving into the, breaking you down with, over obligating yourself and believing what they say. See, that's the hook. When you then believe and internalize, when you're now living on a disempowering belief. Your body is like the storehouse of your beliefs. Your body is the unconscious mind. And so if you believe subconsciously, and I know, how can you talk about the subconscious, peace and harmony? Well, it's a part of your neurology, okay? It's part of your brain. If you study psychology or neurology or social work, and you understand, that, there's, a subconscious brain which keeps everything going. It's like the center, it's like the command post that keeps everything going. And it's just a miracle when you really think about it, what the Creator has designed. So we're in here, we're in the energetic field where your body becomes more energy than matter. So if you realize that your body is energetic, and allow the energetic to fill your body with love, light, healing, strength, and allow, that to permeate all of your muscles, your organs, really through your spinal column, and really begin to really push that with your spirit. So we're getting into a really kind of spiritual side, but, your spirit, your will, kind of like, that energy, pushing that positive energy out and clearing out that negativity with the internal strength, where it just comes from, if you can even just think energetically of pure white light filling every cell of your being, just throughout all the energy that is keeping your cells together, and just become more energy than matter, you'll realize that you're in the conscious field, you're in the quantum field. That's where choices take place. That's where your higher energy is. That's where your body is aligned. Your body, mind, and spirit are congruent. You're thinking and making decisions that are positive and they're good, and your life is beginning to flow again, and your identity is then taking shape in the higher consciousness, and you're living and comfortable and happy, and you're kind of new at the helm. You're at the helm in the quantum field. You're living in that space where you're more energy than matter. So your body, takes on a little bit of a better movement. You're not so depleted. You're not, you're in the energy space. You're not in the past. You're not way in the future. You're in the energy. And then as you move through that energy, think that you're moving, feel how your body is moving through pure white light, and just allow that to just spread all over you, almost like a warm, just like a warm oozing feeling all over you, where it's just energetic white light, and it comes down through your head and it rolls over your shoulder down to your feet, and then you're resensitizing yourself. You're now training your body to feel the energetic field, the amorphic field, the emotional field of positivity. You're calling that forth. So you need to actually call that forth, bring that in, and then begin to, have your affirmations there. And I am safe. I am magnificent. I am wonderful. My choices are the right choices. I love what I have, and I have what I love. I am who I am, and I love who I am. And I love people as they are. And furthermore, then separating from that individual. So realizing that they're just part of the whole spectrum, they're just part of the landscape. And so you can wish them love and light, and just know that that they're a kindred brother or sister. They're a little lost, they're caught in the ego. That's up to them. Allow that to be. Don't allow yourself energetically to become battered by that. Keep your energy about yourself, and keep your dignity, and keep your knowing and your sense of certainty, so that you have that to call back on. Even when you then are entering into a new relationship, you're now learning in wiser, and then you're kind of alchemized then from that experience. So the same perpetrators are not attracted or attractive, and you're not feeling so that you're missing out. Because once you're in that positive energy field, then you begin to ask yourself, and live and feel positive. So you have to feel in that, and then begin your I am. And then no matter what, you push that, you realize that that's who they are. And thank God I'm not responsible. I don't have to change them. I'm not responsible for their evolution. Whoever, taught me that I'm responsible for their upkeep or their care or relationship with them, that is erroneous. That is not going to be possible. And I know that now, and I'm grown up enough now. I'm matured in my consciousness. I have a higher consciousness in learning to understand that, and realize that it is okay to let the violators go. It is okay. You have to. It is, to be on your own is on your own. I am on my own. I am liberated, feeling that, and then alchemizing that to a positive. It's not that I'm so isolated. I am so liberated. I am so independent. I am individuated. I have a unique personality, and I'm going to now foster and build my personality completely with 100% focus, and surround myself with the people, things, activities, events, and feelings that reinforce that. And then you're living by respect, self-respect. So naturally then you're going to begin to call forth other opportunities. Doors will open where you are respected, you are treated fairly, you see what fairness is, and you have healthy bonds with people. So stay in that field, make that choice, let that go, and realize that you don't have to change. That is not your responsibility. Your responsibility belongs to yourself and your energy field. It is your buddy, Peace and Harmony, with you here today. I hope that these videos do help. Please share and please subscribe for more great tools, videos, discussion, and support.